These were the harrowing scenes filmed by ITV News earlier this week. In Dunkirk, northern France, there was fear and desperation. People risking their lives and that of their children to board overcrowded dinghies, as the police and Coast Guard simply watched on, despite Britain paying France hundreds of millions of pounds. Today, the Prime Minister was in Albania to step up international cooperation to stop the boats. So how does he feel about the images of French authorities standing by?
It is totally unacceptable that anybody is getting on a small boat and crossing the channel to the United Kingdom. I want to see much stronger action taken across the piece here, whether it's arrests, seizing of assets, stopping people getting in boats.
2022 was a record year for small boats when more than 45,000 people crossed the English Channel. But arrivals this year are so far tracking higher, with more than 12,000 people making the journey since January. Today, Starmer revealed a new idea, return hubs, saying he wanted to make agreements with third countries to take those who have exhausted all asylum attempts in the UK.
We are in those talks, and therefore, at the appropriate time, I'll be able to give you further details.
There was just one problem with choosing Albania for this announcement.
To be very frank with you, we have been asked by several countries if we were open to it, and we said no.
If the PM does find a country to do a deal, some working in border control are not convinced.
It takes, on average, if you make an application for entry at the moment that you arrive in the UK, it'll take you something like 6 to 8 years to get through the process and the legal appeals that go after that. It's hard to see how the prospect of an eventual removal to an unnamed third country might really deter people in that.
So, another government, another immigration scheme, but so far, little sign of stopping the boats.
Anushka, the Prime Minister seems to be going hard on immigration, but there are some Labour MPs who are a bit uneasy about that, aren't they?
Yeah, I think there's quite a lot of unease among Labour MPs, to be honest, about more than just this, about the local election results, about the welfare reforms, but certainly about immigration as well. Not necessarily about the policies themselves. You know, I think when I speak to MPs, they say we do need to tackle those scenes that, you know, ITV News filmed earlier this week, that we do need to bring down the legal migration numbers. But it's the strength with which they focused on this, and also, as you know, some of the language, talking about an island of strangers, for example. Some felt that that had echoes of Enoch Powell and his infamous Rivers of Blood speech. And, you know, just to give you an example, I've been having messages from some really quite loyal MPs. I think this moment will be the undoing of number 10. I've never seen such anger among moderate MPs. It's a values thing and people are furious, not just ethnic minorities. One said, I prefer the old Keir. Keir Starmer will face his MPs at a meeting of the PLP on Monday night, and it could be quite a tough one.